Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's the evening session, and let's bring on board the winner of the Belfast Tour Card Qualifier, together with the winner of the Carlisle International Open Qualifier, in red, Ian McClure, and in green, Ian Gallagher. Well, they've played the trial ends, ladies and gentlemen. Over to you, Corky, in the com box.
Thank you, Richard. It's one of my international colleagues, Ian McClure, in this match against Ian Gallagher. We don't know much about Ian Gallagher. Mark, I think you might know something.
Yeah, Ian plays up at the Carlisle Club, not too far away from here. Good player. Probably not done that much in WET events. Just with the qualifiers, and always a dangerous opponent. And I think it should be a decent game here.
Yes, I've no doubt it'll be fascinating. It's Ian McClure's been around the world a lot, and he's played in a lot of these events, so he's well used to playing on a single rink situation and with television cameras. So I don't expect him to feel in any way threatened. He'll be very comfortable out there with vast experience. But he will have a change of bowls, because most people are using that swinging bowl, and Ian would normally use a tighter line bowl, so that might have some effect, but highly unlikely. It'll be interesting to see how Ian Gallagher rises to the challenge on this one, but hopefully it'll be a good game. Yeah, so Ian McClure definitely not using his normal bowl. Those are tigers, and he would normally play with something much narrower than that, but general consensus is that the swinging bowl will be the one that will be successful in this event. This is better. Good bowl, good correction.
Yeah, good starting from Ian. Good adjustment from his first. I think Ian Gallagher's using the Taylor Ace ball.
Well, Ian Gallagher is in Carlisle, Cumbria. And from England, of course. Ian McClure, well, he's not English, but we'll get that sorted very promptly. Should be Ireland, but we'll get that sorted.
But a transfer then, David, for a minute.
Absolutely.
A
late transfer.
Adjustment.
Yeah, track level.
There we go. Happens so quickly. Just a click of the finger and it's done.
Ian's just dropping short again here. Good second ball, but it's first and third are short. Ian McClure's going to have a look at the head. I think it's just a forehand, just over the weight, trying to turn the jack. Two balls waiting. Give it a chance down the inside line.
So it's a big swinging hand, so certainly lend itself to coming back in again. As you can see, Ian very, very deliberate on the mat.
don't think he liked that one.
I don't think he's that far away, but he realised he was just over it. It's amazing how many players realise that, especially experienced international bowlers who, when they let the ball go, they know there's just a fraction wrong with it.
Yeah, they just know something's not quite right. You know, like I say, he didn't finish that far wide, but knew it just wasn't down the line he wanted to put it on.
Not exactly a spare shot opportunity for Ian Gallagher.
A nice high line, but not sure he'll quite get back enough to get another.
One shot to Ian Gallagher.
So, Ian Gallagher, it's a single. He's off the mark.
Yeah, that'll settle Ian down. Probably the first time on the sort of in front of the TV cameras here. So needs a good early start. Get himself into the set.
Track length 29 metres.
Good start there from Ian.
I suppose in a match like this, the one advantage is if there's a first ball that's close, we just say, good start by Ian.
Yeah, it's always a good one in this game.
We can't go wrong.
Start from goal for this occasion.
My ball, Jack high.
Your ball is 6 inches behind Jack. One red.
Ian Gallagher just looking to just bring in a fraction. Just arrive into it. Just underneath the line. Great effort.
I certainly think that he'll change here because, yes, he's down on his backhand. Allow the ball to swing back in again. Been here for a couple of days, practicing and watching. Good chance with this one. If it arrives, line was perfect, but needed to be behind the jack.
Yeah, nice chance for Ian now. Probably keep the line of his last. Just put another yard in. Set the ball away or turn the jack. Might struggle to get back from that line. Needs to be dead pace. He's got a chance.
He's pretty close. Ball first. Pushed it through. Looks like number one.
2 green.
In fact, he's made a double out of it. Perfect weight. That's the only reason he got back.
Yeah, that was the key. Anything more than that would have just held off. Played it really, really good pace. Just got it far enough to make a double.
Looks like Ian's playing this through with a little bit extra on it. Certainly got the extra weight. Well, he hasn't. I thought he had because he was coming down on that inside line.
Yeah, his line was good, just dropped his shot. I think he's going to lose a double.
I was wondering what the grimace was, and that's obviously the reason. He knew it wasn't reaching.
2 shots to Ian Gallagher.
And Gallagher picks up a nice little double. Courtesy of the last delivery. Played it very well, just to turn the ball out.
Yeah, perfect pace, that was the key. Just played it with, foot of running, no more. Just got back to turn the ball, had the same, he could have turned the jack as well, so good start, good confidence going 3-0 for the two ends.
Jack length 27.5 metres.
It's a good idea of just how wide these players have to go. Having said that, it's just struggling a little bit with it as it comes now. Good weight.
Just needs to hang on, I think, as well. Rough fraction as well.
It's a lovely hand, this forehand. It just draws right back with the big swing balls, but if you're just marginally underneath the line, you're good until about the last 2 yards of the running, and then it just disappears on you.
Yeah, it sort of hooks, 2 feet a yard narrow. If you're just underneath the line, always better to be just outside it. Just sort of bend back to, we've seen where Ian McClure's first ball finished, slightly outside the line, still going to be in and around the area.
I think he's better with this one. Just brought that in, half a ball.
2 red.
Oh, this is much wider. There's a bit of work to do in this one.
About most of it, I think. It's all about his pace, just needs to run, I think.
So, made it the centre line. Didn't have the weight.
2 red.
Still 2 red.
Chance here for Ian, just drift around the last ball, put one right on it. It's not leaving Ian Gallagher with a lot of chance then.
Well, that's outside it. Ian realised that out of the hand. However, a little bit of extra weight. If it comes around the green ball, it will be useful. But the weight was absolutely jack high, and that's a bit of a lost ball. He knows it.
Frustrating thing when he knew out his hand, he was a fraction wide, and his pace was absolutely spot on again, wasn't it?
I just wonder, will he be tempted with this? Because there's a double plant out. Take the red on the inside with the green ball, come through onto the other red one. Sticking to the draw. Oh, that's not an easy shot by any means. You miss your line, you're gone. percentage shot was inside that. I think in a situation like that, Mark, 2 against you, really any connection on his green ball was taking 1 out. He really couldn't be worse off.
Yeah, I mean, probably in the back of his mind was perhaps the fact he'd played his third ball was just, a fraction short. He just thought, just adjust slightly. But like I say, there was the running ball. McClory with a chance to have the third. It's better line than his last. Just lacking the weight. Line was good.
Doesn't want to touch the green ball down, but just snuggled in. No damage done.
2 shots to Ian McClure.
Yeah, both players feeling their way into the game at the moment. Just trying to first few ends all about settling down, trying to get pace of the green. Both had a
Track length 27
practice
metres.
prior to the game, but sometimes as things just change while you go on.
Yes, you want to be on the first game of each session if you can, because there's a length of time beforehand where you can just loosen up. If you're the second game on, and we'll have Robert Gordon and Les Gillett after this one, they've only got 2 ends, up and down.
Yeah, and on top of that, the fact that you don't know what time you start. At least for the first game, you're on at a set time, whereas the second game, if this game takes longer than you're expecting, then you're waiting around, sort of thing.
Well, you know what you do. You put your tablet on or your phone and you watch it.
Well, yeah.
Sitting in your room because they're staying on site. So
Well, they've got that option, yeah. They
walk the 50 yards to the venue as you see the second set coming to the close and you're ready to go.
Sean, can I just see the marker? Okay.
Big swinging hand, the backhand, so Ian wanted just to see the marker at the extreme edge of the rink. Take his line from that, but he's pushed through it this time.
1 red.
Still 1 to red, not 1 to green. Showing up at the moment. There we go. It's almost magical, isn't it?
Oh, it is. The power you have, David.
Wow. Fortunately, we're very, very well supplied with people who know what they're doing.
Exactly.
1 green.
Okay.
Is the last ball, is it just past Jack High?
Well, even if Ian keeps the weight of the last ball, just narrows it in a little bit. He's got a chance with this. But he's just, again, overplayed it. In terms of line, he could afford the weight, but to narrow the line.
Gallagher could be looking fairly similar. If he just drifts a couple of feet past, it wouldn't be the worst ball. Just needs to run now.
Sneaked in front, might be enough for a double.
Having a close look at it, see whether it is 2 or not. Temptation must be to keep his weight, just bring it in a fraction.
I favour 2, but it is a good measure.
Well, that would be the percentage shot because he's got a chance to pull the jack back or take the ball out. If he rests the ball with that sort of weight, he'll stay in for the shot. Difficulty with trying to get the exact weight is you can fall short. So, bearing in mind he's on the outside of the mat, I get the impression he's playing this with a little bit of weight.
Not so sure about it. If he's got any weight on that line, he will hang wide.
Yep, hard to get back. Well, 3 balls behind the head for Ian McClure, and most in terms of all 3 of them, the line was pretty good, but you have to narrow it if you're going to be positive.
Yeah, the line was good if he was just on the draw, but if he was playing any weight, it's just got to bring in that fraction. Interesting here, and obviously if he's line 2, he'll probably just draw in for a third. If he thinks it's 1, there's only one Ian McClure ball in there.
Yes, it's worth playing down the inside line to try and rest the ball off. He's got his own 2 to push in at the same time, but he's out on a line which gives me the impression he favours there's 2.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he must do. It's a good line, but has he sent it? I'm sure he has.
That's a missed chance. That is a missed chance to be that far away. I'd be annoyed at himself with that one, but he hasn't taken the second shot away, so you get the impression he favours it.
Yeah, I think he was going off the ball he played. I think he's pretty confident he's got 2.
See a little shake of the head, confirming his annoyance with himself, and that's understandable. You know, it's these sort of games you sort of realise that the spare shot opportunity is very important. That's well in for 2.
Yeah, whilst he'll be disappointed, obviously get a 2, gets your 3-shot lead back.
2 shots to Ian Gallagher.
You know, fairly pleased with the start, but like you say, you don't want to look back at the end of the set and just losing it by 1 or 2, and those are the chances that you need to take.
Jack length 26 metres.
I watched Ian Gallagher practice earlier, and those particular balls are not the ones he was using. So obviously decided that change of ball was required. He doesn't like balls of grips, he was telling me. Prefers non-grips.
Yeah, you don't tend to get that many now without grips as a rule. It seems to be most do come with a grip, so obviously if he wasn't happy with what he was used to, having to change in itself is obviously difficult, and to go from grips to non-grips, obviously he wasn't happy with what he was trying, so he's switched to something else. Started fairly well with them, to be fair.
One red.
He wasn't convinced with it. I don't suspect he wanted it back, particularly.
I don't think he'd want it back. It's right on the nose.
Suppose we might see a bit of pace here from Ian.
Yes, I'm not sure if he's an attacking player, but goodness, he's playing the hard weight. That'll just hang out there all day. Yeah. If you're going to go with that one, I think you need to go strong at it.
Yeah, I'm surprised actually.
Switch him
He's
into that, but it's also
not for annoying, and he's quite an
he's
attacking
short
player, and I thought he
for
might have gone a bit flatter at that.
the gap is 8 inches.
This could be a very, very expensive end for Ian Gallagher.
Sorry, this ball here to the left, is that Jack down?
This one here.
Yes.
No, this one's 10 inches in front.
No, that's not what Ian Clare wanted to hear. 10 inches in front. Means it can be pushed in. It's just the way it's sitting, he knows if he touches his last ball, the Jack will move. It'll come out into the open.
Yeah, he's just trying to work out where the best place for him to run for cover, I think.
I don't think he could add another one to the head the way it's sitting, so he's decided to go deep, and that's the wise thing to do. That puts another doubt into Ian Gallagher's mind that if it goes wrong, he's still going to lose
Too
the
right.
shot. Strangely enough, it looks to me to be a better backhand shot.
I was just going to say, David, that perhaps percentage, if he's just a fraction off on the backhand, he could get a couple of, sort of fortunate results.
I think he can use a lot less weight on the backhand too.
Yeah.
Just crunch the ball, push something in.
I think the pace he was playing on the forehand was very difficult pace. You'd perhaps think he'd go a bit flatter at it if he does down the fort.
Changed it, looking for the little touch, and again, it's a low percentage shot because it's so difficult to get it absolutely perfect. In the area though, it's just, is it going to get back? And it's not. I'm not convinced about that. I think the backhand was a better percentage shot.
Yeah, I think perhaps on reflection he probably would have gone quick with his third, and once he missed with his third, it left him with not a great deal of option as to where what he had with his last. Probably forced himself into a shot that he wasn't overly happy with playing, and it's certainly a difficult shot. He was, his weight was good, but it unfortunately never looked like getting back. He's looking to add another, but obviously the danger is still there of his tapping his own ball, so looks like he's still on the backhand.
Just trying to get the ball to drift around the green one. Good effort, good weight. To the red.
2 shots to William Claw.
I think the problem was, you said, Mark, the third ball needed to be the one to make the contact.
I think he left him under pressure then with his last, and he was, even if he'd gone quick at it and hit something, it would have left Ian in loads of room and probably still holding 1 or 2. So it wasn't a lot of percentage. In the end, he'll probably quite happy only dropped to 2. It could have been 3 or 4. All told, Ian's last ball had a chance to have the extra one. So one of them ends he might just write off and think, well, I'm still ahead. Get it back at this end.
Jack length 24.5 metres.
A short jack length, 24.5 metres, minimum of course 23, but this will test things a little bit.
Decent starter.
Swinging balls, short jack length. Normally be the favourite. These are quite decent swing on these balls as well, but wouldn't be as wide.
Studying concentration there, Ian. Perfect line, just dropping a couple of feet short.
swing down front ball like that's not a problem.
Yard.
Turned his back on this one. I'll give the impression that the weight's not right then. Well, the weight wasn't bad actually, it was just over the line a little bit.
Definitely holding one and measure for two.
It's sort of blocking the draw a bit. Ian McClure obviously only 2, he'll just stick with the 4.
This bowl here, the gap in between the two is 15 inches.
I don't think it's an issue on the swinging hand. It's fairly amenable to coming around stuff. The other side's different. And trying to push this one forward. Doesn't look too bad to me. Well, that's a shot, but that leaves a shoulder. I would expect Ian Gallagher to reach that now. He's got 2 or 3 chances to come into the head.
Just arriving down the forehand.
On that line, he's hoping to punch his own in or take a red out. But didn't look right coming down. Always looked on the inside, and also maybe just a little bit tentative.
Yeah, probably was just with the way the balls are sat. Was trying to get his own ball to stick around, but probably the line was good and just could have afforded to go a bit firmer at it really.
He's in a bit of bother now.
Yeah, there's nothing set, ideal. Quite easily, you could get one ball away and just drift off. So it's one of them ends where he's got to. It looks like he's almost going to get the jack perfect, or just sort of stun off a ball and stick around. A difficult pace to kind of play.
I know Ian McClure's game pretty well. I would have thought that backhand cover ball would be useful. You're not quite sure where the jack's going to go. The temptation, though, is to add another. Lie the 4 and take a chance on your opponent missing it. Ian Gallagher's now played 3 or 4 running balls that have been, in my opinion, all very tentative and really not what I expected.
Yeah, a couple of times going to play a bit firmer. Well, that's probably in as well.
4 red.
It's 4 red, so damage limitation would be to get the front one and take at least 2 others out with it. A little bit less weight, you'll get the jack, but either way, he has to get into the target with a little bit of pace. Can't afford to go wide and just let it slide past.
Similar kind of pace.
I
Needs to work from that.
That's a hard. He's tried to make the adjustment there, and at 24.5 meters, really, Mark. That's. Why did he not just go narrow at it with
4
weight?
shots to Ian
I
McClure.
think he actually. What's interesting is he actually added the pace as well. It was probably a lot firmer than his third ball, but just gave it almost wider or even the same line. Like I say, possibly a shade tentative with both the attempts. I think he was just worried about halving off something and only getting rid of one. He was thinking he'd left himself in a position where his own ball had to really stay in to give him any chance of getting the shot. So maybe should have just, like you said, been damage limitation, trying to cut it down to a 2, and that wouldn't have been too bad.
Well, he's seen a 5-2 lead,
24.5 metres.
in which he missed the spare shot opportunity to go 6-2 in front. He's lost 6 shots on the trot, and the set's sliding away. But that was it's fair to say, a fairly loose 4, really.
Yeah, it's one of them ends where you end up not getting sort of caught between shots. I think sometimes when they're all packed in, you just know right straight down at it. Or I can just draw in, but the draw was blocked. Got caught playing a bit of in between pace. It never really sat to just make your mind up and play the shot. Really, unfortunately, it's cost him. Good way to bounce back though. Good start.
Both balls jack high.
Your bowl is an inch short of jack high, and the green bowl is half an inch short.
I think Jack High would have done there for me. What we're really saying is you can afford to reach this with a foot or two of weight, and you'll get a result.
Push this down the high line.
Yeah, line was good. Lost the pace a bit. Too heavy.
Chance for Ian Gallagher here. Beat his first ball, just try and turn it around the corner and be good. Oh, somewhere similar. Just run the last couple of feet.
Needs to hurry. Not bad. Don't think it's
Hungry.
scoring, but it's in a decent position. Blocks the forehand. The backhand's open though.
Can afford to reach it, but he just doesn't want to go chasing it. I'll lose a daft 2 or 3 when he's got himself in a good position in the set. Sticking to the draw.
Yeah, just draw it off. He'll be looking to score a single on this end and forcing Gallagher into chasing in the last 2 ends.
Base was perfect, just stuck wide. Good second
Great.
though.
Last ball.
Last
Ian
bowl
Gallagher's
is
just
3
gonna
inches
switch to the backhand
half
as well.
jack high.
Should do. It's a nice shoulder to rest off. And if he misses it, he can come deep.
Yeah, sit on the ball even if he turns the jack, it's good. That's a really good head if he can turn the jack round.
Yeah, so trying to just miss the red one. And don't think his balls are just as strong
No,
as
I think
Ian
he,
McClure's.
I think that line with Ian McClure's would have probably got back to centre, just a ball or 2 difference in them. Because his weight was spot on as well. He is so unfortunate. Ian's having a look at the options. It must look nice to play the runner down the backhand, but you don't want to do anything daft and get your own and leave Ian with a chance. So you'd think he'd just try and bring it in a fraction, even if he's just carrying a foot, 18 inch of pace, sit the ball or turn the jack.
I think what we describe that as an arriving draw.
Yeah, it looks all he needs.
Yeah, so he had a nice weight for it. Just didn't get back in time, and
1 green.
of course the players were not using the shot clock. 30 seconds to play your bowl.
No, Ian McClure is one of the slower players on the scene. Bit of a clash of styles, this one, because Ian Gallagher's fairly quick on the mat and gets away, but Ian is more methodical, I think is the way to put it.
Yes, I think Ian takes about 15 seconds from 15, 16, round about that sort of seconds from the time he actually reaches the mat and stands there and gets ready and gets the ball away in a very deliberate way. And shot clock will have an effect on that because that really does change things.
Yeah, especially if you've got to go to the other end. I mean, it does make it difficult.
Yeah, well.
Missed chance.
1 shot to Ian Gallagher.
One shot to Ian Gallagher. Closes the gap to 2. Still very hard to recover from losing a big 4 later on in the set.
Yeah, the important thing there was he scored the shot and he gave himself a chance. 2 ends to go, obviously only 2 behind. Mentally, he didn't want to compound the drop in the 4 with losing the next end as well. So, if you lead the player, if they can just start to get on top of the first 2 balls, it's 2 shots is nothing obvious in this set. So,
Jack length 27.5 metres.
That's the best start he's had for a while.
Yeah, great start there from Ian Gallagher.
It's a massive end this because if Ian McClure scores here, he more or less guarantees the set.
Yeah, it makes it awkward. I mean, realistically, having to score more than 2 is difficult. Last end, it's a great response here as well. But unfortunately, Ian McClory's actually knocked it in a worse position, really putting it back on the ball. It's a good second though, but it's given Ian Gallagher a chance to just sit on the last ball.
I think he would have taken it from the mat position.
Yeah, I think he would. Yeah, well, obviously,
What's the gap,
but it
please?
just makes it more difficult for him to actually get the shot.
Is there one?
Very minuscule, very tiny gap. Millimetre if that. So 2.5 behind the jack.
He's just trying to rest his own ball and drop in on the jack. First target is get past the front green one. A little edge would help.
Pace was perfect. Just cut the line. Ian Gallagher just drift around his own. Sit on the wide red ball. Well, decent enough track. Just needs to run.
Maybe even slightly on the narrow side. He'll push through it, and he's leaving himself a little bit exposed here because Ian McClure's got a nice little shot on the backhand. Squeeze into the jack or turn the ball off. He's lying 2 seconds. There's no danger. Certainly not going to give any more shots away.
Well, he's still in the area.
There's a big swinging ball. Gets to the jack. He'll make the double.
Yep.
Well played. And really, Ian Gallagher really contributed to his own downfall on that one.
Yeah, 2 short balls. That was the kind of area he should be in, but got a chance to rectify it here.
It's not easy to get out of this one because you have to correct the line and the weight.
Line looks good. Just needs to run.
Don't think he's there. And 2 short balls in the end have really cost him this set. It was 2 red. Ian Clear will have a ball to win the set on the 8th end, and even if he misses, he'll have to lose a 4 in the next end to draw the set.
Yeah, I think Ian's just having a look, make sure whether it is 1 or 2. Obviously, with the green ball being where it is, you don't want to get a ball tight and lift it over once. Could give the shot away, especially if it's 2. So he's just looking at the backhand. He's obviously wants to add the 3rd, so it's a guarantee for the set. And he knows probably it's easier on the forehand to do that, but he could easily give it away, and that's obviously what will be in the back of his mind.
Similar ball in the backhand would do it. If he's going to play it in the forehand, he's going to have to play very wide and just let it drift back in. Taking a lot of time over this one.
Yeah, I think he's caught in 2 minds there as to which hand to play. Going with a safer backhand.
I don't think he can do much wrong on the backhand the way it's sitting. And the ends drop short. So it's going to be
2
2
shots
red.
to Ian McClure.
Well, that's going to guarantee it, but I don't think there's any chance of Ian Gallagher getting a 4. He hasn't looked like getting a 4 in this match, and I think in the end it was that big count on the 6th end that's really cost him.
Yeah, I think that's ultimately, obviously, it's the difference. 4 shots is the difference in the set, and just the way the set was going as well. It was, nip and tuck in. Gallagher had taken a slight lead, and then to drop a 4 just put him under too much pressure to get back.
Jack length 24.5 metres.
That's exactly what you want. I just feel if Ian Gallagher had been just a little bit more positive in his play, he could be in a totally different position in this set.
Yeah, certainly could have cut down the counts a couple of times. Even if it, connected with the running balls he played. To be fair, he's not really.
Come on, red.
Even if the way he's played, he could have, limited the damage on a couple of the ends. It's just not connected with them. Any of the running balls he's playing really. To get a 4. Look to trail a jack. Get past his own green ball. Yeah, he mind.
Needs a connection. Got it. Well, that changes things a little bit. It's still got a very close red ball there. But he's offering up some sort of an opportunity.
Yeah, an excellent ball there from Ian. Actually, it's given him a chance. He needed to move the jack from the position it was away, and whilst it's only an outside chance, he's still got a chance on the 2 balls, which he'll be happy with. McClure just trying another close ball on the forehand. Another one in the same sort of area is good.
Yes, when you're trying to stop your opponent from scoring heavily in one end, you really just want to pack the head with balls.
We've got a chance, just trying, almost just drawing up to it really.
I think just draw with this one.
Yeah, yeah. If he's carrying only a foot to turn the ball.
Well, he's certainly got a chance. Ball on the ball would be the result. Oh, good effort. A little bit unlucky. But it depends of whether that plant is cleaning the red out nice without touching it.
It's a great effort. I had enough pace as well. Only to get his own ball solid, lift that red over once. He would have probably made definite 2, maybe 3. Still got a chance. Even if it's just feathering the green ball, he'd have a chance.
It's his best end.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, it's a good time to produce it. It's one of them where Ian McClure is so tempted to think, well, just get rid of one ball off the green and you're good. But the way it's sat, he can't do that because if he gets the plant, he's leaving the chance. So he's just got to draw in, try and sit the wing ball. And it takes all the danger away.
Yes, if he gets into the pack at all, he should be fine. But So if he misses it, Ian Gallagher has got a shot. This looks like, yeah, it's going under. Well, that will actually keep Ian Gallagher's ball in the head as well, so this is a chance, I have to say, albeit a very difficult one.
Yeah, it's not easy, but when you need a 4 last end, all you can hope for playing your last ball is a chance. He was very close with his last. I mean, he's not going to change a lot. Bring it in half a ball, and he couldn't make the 4 here.
Well, this would be a brilliant effort if he gets it. Certainly going narrower, no doubt about that. He can afford the extra weight with Ian McClure's last ball, but it just looks onto the line. Well, he gave it a go, no doubt about that. But it's going to be 2 shots to green.
Shots to Ian Gallagher.
And the first set will go to Ian McClure.
Two shots to Ian Gallagher. And
It's my
then-
jack in it. It's
Yeah,
my choice.
Keep getting in.
You had the choice first.
Okay.
I'll give it away, yeah.
So he's just getting a little bit mixed up there. And it's 2 shots to Ian Gallagher, but set to Ian McClure, 10 shots to 8.
He had 18 shots in that set, quite a high scoring affair. And I think, like any game, the first couple of ends of the second set are important. But I think especially for Ian Gallagher, you know, having
Jack length 24
probably feels
metres.
he was certainly in the first set, and perhaps barring a couple of loosish ends, he could have easily won it. So he'll be thinking he needs to get off to a good start in this set.
Well, he won 5 of the 9 ends and lost the set by 2 shots. But the 4 in the middle really, it was 5-2. Losing a 2, fair enough, that can happen, but that 4 was the killer really.
Yeah, 6 shots in 2 ends, and like I say, from a set that he was probably certainly edging towards the start, the first half especially. Could have easily won the set, and just one loose end has cost it him really. Unfortunately, that's at this level. That is the game, unfortunately.
A measure.
Needs to pass the front one. Just made it on the
One
edge. Good ball.
My second ball, please, the southpaw short. 18 inches or so.
Your second bowl is 15 inches short of the jack.
Well, not the best end there from Ian McClure. Chance for Gallagher. He can repeat his second ball.
Well, it's a missed chance, but he's actually put it into a half decent position as a
One
protector.
green.
Yeah, but disappointed with that. There's a chance, line 1, and then chance to get in for another.
If we you look down the card for the first set, Ian McClure won 4 ends, but 3 doubles and a maximum. It's usually going to be enough to win most sets when you score 10 shots.
Yeah, there's not many sets I would imagine you'd lose scoring 10. Switch to the backhand here, just trying to drift round.
It's big enough hand to do it.
Just needs to run to get around the front.
Oh, he's got it all the way. Big wide hand, no reason to not draw around it. Played it to perfection. Ian Gallagher
It's fun
wasting
round.
no time at all.
No, he's probably hasn't got much other than a draw anyway, but thought he might have a look at it, but wasting no time. Pretty close as well.
Just needs to hurry and drop back. Oh, it hasn't dropped. Really good effort. Wonder Red.
1 shot to Amy Clark.
Chat length 24 metres.
He's getting in the first couple of deliveries and playing a steady game, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
Hasn't needed to be outstanding.
No, I just had, I mainly had a couple of, he had a couple of decent ends and Ian's had a couple of poor ends, really. That's been the difference. In fact, on the balance of play, you couldn't have really argued if Ian Gallagher had won the first set. It was just out, one loose end.
That was all it was, one loose hand, and that's sometimes enough. And it's always a bit of a worry when you're playing in these set games that 21 up, you can more or less get away with it if you lose a 4 mid-match, depending on the circumstances. But when you've only got 9 hands in a set, and the game is close, it's totally different.
Yeah, you're always chasing it. But good start to this end. Turned his back on that one, obviously knew he was just a fraction wide.
My first ball, how far short, please?
13 inches of Jack High.
The line shot.
The line shot is 4 inches short of Jack High.
Ian McClure, the weight on his last ball wasn't too bad for fraction over, but could afford that on a tightish line.
Certainly better with this one in terms of line just very
One
slightly
green.
over the weight. And interesting, him Gallagher's just playing away in the backhand. Well, he might have looked at the forehand because anything slipping past the front ones, he was coming into perfect position.
Yeah, one of them were probably, if he'd have come from this end, he might have looked at that. Obviously, just dropped a fraction short.
Well, he could afford to have played the forehand even with 2 feet of weight. Red ball on the green was doing no damage. Missed the 2 of them onto the red ball. You may not get another shot, but what you're doing is covering the trail. If Ian McClure touches this jack at all, he's making a treble.
Yeah, it was certainly he had the option. He could have easily drawn another round the forehand as well. Took all the danger away. Ian McClure's weight's been good with his last 2. Just needs to bring it in a fraction. And like you say, Ian Gallagher could be in a heap of trouble if Ian McClure gets this ball.
Certainly close for this. Just on the high side. So Ian Gallagher's got away with it. But he needs to make this count.
Sticking with the backhand. To beat the last ball, really. You'd be close for another. Just fractionally over.
One
The champion Gallagher there. Just
One green to Ian Gallagher.
Good the shot. He's happy that he can set his own jack length now. He's 1 off the 2 ends in the second set.
Yes, it's been 3 ends. He's had the chance to play at his own jack length. He certainly needs to make a change. Ian McClure is very successful with the mat up. So mat will be kept back. Fairly long length.
Jack length 29.5 metres.
One
Ian
red.
McClure is he's quite an attacking player. He's very quick to use the running ball and very accurate with it, but he hasn't needed to in this match, and that's usually an indication of the sort of match that it's been.
Yeah, I mean, the way the heads are set up, it's never, you know, the couple of times weighted ball they needed to have played it has been Ian Gallagher who's had to produce them. Like I say, Ian McClure's just been sticking to draw predominantly. A couple of times he's just, you know, overreached, but never really had to play any massive weighted balls. Didn't like it, but it's not the worst ball that's ever been sent.
2 red.
Another shot. I'd be happy.
Yeah, you and me both. Gallagher just down the backhand now.
Yeah, it's certainly a backhand shot, no doubt
Yeah.
about that. But a chance to turn his own ball in.
Needs
If he
to
makes
be
it
reaching.
inside.
Not sure he's reaching, David.
Oh dear. Oh well. He's in bother now.
McCall very similar, just round his own last ball, either side of it, inside it's good, just round it's probably still scores. Misses his own is good.
2 red.
I think he'll be reaching this time. Just pushing up through it.
Be reaching, but at his own jack length, he's played 2 very short bowls and could do well with this one if he makes the length.
He's just lacking again, I think.
Two red.
Still 2 red.
Liam McClure, look at this. There's no way he'd be playing the backhand. Far too dangerous. And Forehand, just drop it in, hope to make the gap. If you don't make it, you still lift a couple.
Yeah, it's not actually that easy to make the extra shot. He's probably got to get inside both his balls on the right hand side and just sit off them is good. I think there is a line there, but it's not easy.
He's given it a chance to come in round the ball. If he plays this with good weight, he could make another shot. Just run through. It's always going to be difficult to make a third around the outside of the ball. So.
2 shots to Ian McClure.
But in the end, a double for Ian McClure takes him to a 3-1 lead after 3 ends. And it's a funny old game. There hasn't been an awful lot happening in it in many ways.
No, it's just sort of drifted along all the time. Not really many chances. Like you say, Ian McClure, whilst playing steady enough, has not really had any chances to make any sort of extra shots. Ian Gallagher's played a couple of running balls, but mainly just in sort of a defensive mode to try and reduce the damage. It's not really, the game's just sort of meandering along really, which would probably suit Ian McClure. The sort of style of his game is that, and obviously he's ahead, so he's happy the way it's going.
Well, it hasn't been a particularly slow game. Been going now for just over an hour. Played 12 ends, and so that's pretty good going. A singles game. Ian McClure certainly known as one of the slowest players around, but mainly in team games and pairs, triples, and fours. I mean, maybe not so much in singles, and takes a long time to discuss shots.
Yeah, he does generally like a discussion, does he?
With his colleagues, but it's different when you're discussing it with yourself.
Yeah, so not get as much back perhaps.
It's a lot easier in terms of making a decision. So
yeah, it probably does make a difference.
Singles is different, especially if you're not being asked too many questions by your opponent.
Well, that obviously helps.
At the moment, Ian McClure is just playing along, as you say. He's playing well, playing good balls at his own pace, and not being challenged too much at the moment.
Red.
And I have a feeling that Ian Gallagher is actually a better player than what we've seen so far.
Yeah, definitely. Certainly not been as consistent as he can be. You just feel he needs something to happen for him. Whether it be a good running ball to suddenly make a 2 or a 3. The way the game's just drifting along, it's suiting Ian McClure really. Attacking again.
Again, he's playing that little, as we would say in the game, that little dinky weight of trying to rest the ball or turn the jack and stay in the head, and that's not easy. In the portable rink, it's almost impossible to play that sort of shot, but here at Newton Hall and in the club, the shots are possible, but they're still not easy to play.
No, and I think the key thing is obviously if you're playing them well, you obviously carry on. But Ian's just struggling a little bit with them, so you thought he might have just thought, well, I'll go a bit firmer. Just sticking to the forehand.
to say, the Partington Holiday Park here in Blackpool is excellent, lovely club, Newton Hall. All the players staying on
red.
site, including myself, and very comfortable. Wonderful being 50 yards away from the venue.
Yeah, I'm the home player and I travel more than everybody else.
Oh, you want to see the kids.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Oh, he's going again, but overplayed it this time, and that can happen. Oh, fair enough. I think that's the sort of weight he should have been playing a lot of the match. But
2 red, Trey McClaw.
he just cost him an extra shot there.
Yeah, he's just not really finding his running balls at all. I mean, he's played a few of them and just not getting the connection he wants, and this set's slowly slipping away. 5-1. So he needs to score this next end, I think.
He's not making the changes. That's the problem.
Jack length 24 metres.
This is the sort of chance you're looking for. Ian McClure just a yard or so away, and
Fire my short, please.
2.5 feet short of Jack High.
well, you expect Ian McClure to adjust 2 or 3 feet.
Yeah, I think that's probably been the key. He's adjusted slightly better than Ian Gallagher. I think when Ian's missed with his first ball, as we've seen here, he's made the correction, whether it be second or third ball, and it's been the slight difference in the game. Gallagher's having to switch to the backhand as well. Trying just the weight and the line now, it's in a different hand.
Well, here comes the swing. Got a chance if he picks up the jack nice and clean. Ball first, well that's lovely. Front toucher and a back position ball.
Excellent ball from Ian Gallagher there. Certainly more like him, that.
I think you're right, Mark. I think he needs just a one end in particular, one really good end, just to lift his game, score a 2 or 3.
Yeah, we all know how it can change, David, as well. I mean, one end, and he's, like say a 2 or a 3 at this sort of stage of the game, he's right back in it around the set, and his confidence will be flowing. Just a couple of balls like the one he's done there, just a couple of good, decent balls, and get himself more. He's more than in the game. He's not out of the game by any stretch of the imagination.
If I was Ian
One
Gallagher
green.
here, I'd be looking to put another ball about 2 feet behind.
What did you say about the nearest red one?
Yeah, I mean, he's asking about the forehand, but he's quite easily, just like you say, put 2 feet past it, then makes McClure's shot very difficult, and it leaves himself an option with his last, really.
That's it. You're putting a doubt into the opposition's mind. That's all you're trying to do. And if the opposition makes a mistake, then you've got a chance to punch your own ball through for 3 or 4 shots.
Yeah, I think it's very sensible he's gone to have a look at it as well. He's asked the marker, can he just come have a look, and once he gets down there, that might change his mind on what shot he was going to play. It's the advantage without the shot clock. You have got the time to go down and have a look and assess the situation and see. He might have changed what he was thinking on this one. Sticking with the backhand, so I suspect Just looking to drift past. Anywhere just past is good.
Yep, that's the idea.
Yeah, I'll be happy with that.
That forces in McClure into thinking very seriously about this. Is he prepared just to play the forehand and tap the ball to give him the shot? Or will he have to cover? I think he has to cover. At 5-1 up, he can afford to lose one, but you can't leave your opposition a chance to get 3 or 4.
No, it almost looks like he's got to accept that he's one down and backhand draw sort of anywhere 2 feet past, you know. At 5-1, you don't want to lose a daft 2 or a 3, really.
Well, he's too experienced a player to let that happen. It's about the execution. He knows the shot he wants to play. It's all about the execution of that shot. And he's certainly not too wide. Has to be careful he doesn't promote it himself. Wow.
1 green.
It could have been a lot worse, actually.
Yeah, he's not far off getting the shot there. I think he was probably tighter than he wanted to be honest. I think his weight was good.
I think his weight was perfect to come behind, and I think Ian Gallagher has to take a chance here, forehand.
Yeah, I mean, he gets the red ball of Ian McClure, and he can easily go on the jack and still get, you know, 2. Ideally, his own ball punched onto the jack can make a 3. Just about picking a line down there. Well, I think he likes it.
Well, I'm not sure he's going to get back. That's the problem. He had the right idea. Punched through with that weight. He probably would have followed through himself for 3 or 4. It was a good effort, I have to say.
1 shot to Ian Gallagher.
Yeah, certainly worth the risk. He was holding shot, but certainly worth the risk there. The stage of the game was at. Better end there from Ian, all told. Ian Gallagher, I think he played a good end there. The last ball, it was a tricky shot. You know, he gave it a chance, and I think he was just a bit more. He was in the end a bit more. I think, and possibly certainly the second set.
I think that's probably one of the ends that he's actually
Jack
controlled.
length 26 metres.
You know, he forced Ian McClure into trying to cover, so he forced him into a defensive mode for the first time.
Yeah, I think that's what he needs to do. I mean, he's, 4 ends to go. He's still got every chance, but got to start well with his first couple of balls, and he's done on this end. Response here from Ian McClure, though.
Yes, that's exactly what you want to do. He's getting in that first ball.
Just shows how big a swing that hand is as well. He was nowhere near the green ball, but comfortably got around it. A lot of players would have swapped to the backhand, thinking the green ball's in the way. But
that's right. I thought Ian Gallagher might have changed because you can possibly get round it, but well, no, certainly not with that line. The backhand looked like an open shot for him. Doesn't matter to Ian McClure, he can stay on the forehand. He's lying the shot.
yeah, just drift round his own is good. Anything just past his own, he's in the position as well. Certainly round his own, I think.
On red.
Well, 2 short balls. Needs one up to it. He's changing on the backhand now, but wasted 1 ball.
Yeah, just went hunting for a bit. His last round, pinched a line. Not really an option on that hand. He's pushed through this and given it a chance. I don't think he's quite got enough pace.
It's a closer
Still one
second.
red.
That's not what he needs. He needs to score this end.
Short of Jack out, please.
It's not. That ball is 4 inches past.
Well, that ball's not actually a toucher, so I'm sure the players will advise the marker of that. The ball fell down onto the jack, but it's not a toucher. They'll get that sorted out with the umpire, I'm sure.
The ball fell over.
Yes, but it wasn't the last ball, so it's not a toucher. In fact, that was Ian McClure's first ball.
Yeah, it was the first ball that Ian sent, so should have just wiped the chalk off.
Yeah, it's off. I can see that now.
Ian McClure just inside the green here. Another ball in the area. This is the green.
Well, depends how many second
One red.
shots Ian Gallagher has. If he's got 2, this is certainly worth arriving at the ball. It's time to take a risk.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's got to take a risk. I think he's just which hand he wants to play it off. The forehand, but a little bit more weight. Yeah.
Once you're out there, it's very hard to get back.
Got his own to use, mind.
Ball on the ball would be the perfect result. Well, that's a good result. Played the percentages on that. The balls were there to
One
be
green.
pushed in.
Yeah, I think that's probably why he chose the forehand in the end. He had the, slightly wide. That wasn't the result he was going for, but he wasn't. He was only a ball wide of what his target was. So
Yes, that was definitely one of the balls that played a good weight on the percentages. Ball on the ball would have been even better. It would have been line 2. But his target is to score single. And Ian McClure, well, not that easy to get at. That's the only thing.
looks nice down the backhand, David. I mean, you get the split on the ball and jack. The only danger with that is obviously promoting the other green ball in for a second if he's unfortunate. But if he gets the split on the ball and jack, he can just run it to his back ball for certainly 1, maybe 2.
Yep, not the worst position to face. So the gap is there, and the natural bend will bring you onto the green ball.
Yeah, green ball first take all the pace off it as well, so the jack won't go that far, which is probably what he wants.
Well, if he's going forehand, he's going to have to go a bit stronger in the forehand. Yes, it's certainly more weight than he was thinking of in the backhand. And really see, he's probably looking for the front ball, but
Yeah, he could have just got round and just got the ball clean
One
possibly.
shot to Ian
but
Gallagher.
I just thought it looked a bit more percentage perhaps down the backhand. But only 1, not the worst in the end, but Ian Gallagher could be happy. 2 ends on the row there, just clawing his way back into it. 5-3 down. What will please Ian Gallagher most about that is he actually converted. I mean, it wasn't the exact result he was going for, perhaps, but he actually converted, which I think that's what he's been struggling with in this game. His conversion shots. He hasn't really got turned ends over when he has been down. So he'll probably be
Jack
happy
length,
with
25.5
certainly, if
metres.
not the first, maybe 1 or 2 that he's actually turned the head over. He might need a couple more of those before to get into the tie break.
yes, I would think he probably has to win the next 3 ends.
Certainly a good starter again.
It's interesting from that end. I've now moved on to the forehand.
Yeah, I mean, I think the forehand certainly coming back in this direction is actually is decent. I mean, when I play at the club generally, I'll stick to the backhand coming in this direction. But I found in my game I ended up changing to the forehand. I think it's the backhand going in the opposite direction is probably the trickiest of the forehands. Whilst playable, it's probably the trickiest one. Something coming this direction, either hand on the draw is good.
Needs to clear it, and has. Two really good bowls from Ian
green.
Gallagher. That's what we expected almost from the start.
Yeah, it's just last couple of ends he's just got himself into the end better. Really, he's certainly given himself a chance, and we've only been 2 shots down. He has got a chance to get into the tiebreak.
Well, big swinging hand.
Well, Gallagher probably just looking to put another 18 inches on. Even if he sits the last ball, counts and in a very good receiving position.
Well, he's got the weight, it will make it back, but he has to reach.
3 green.
The crowd are responding with a 3 green, but in a minute or so he could be 3 down.
Yeah, I think
The line
he
shot is
might
jack
be
high,
tempted
is
to
it?
go a little bit firmer here. He was fairly near with his last just arriving. It's not always the easiest shot. He might take that out of the equation and go quicker.
Oh, he's a good driver, Ian McClure. And he knows if he hits the front one, chances are that he'll take all 3 and the jack, open everything up. He's a international skip. He is a good driver, so good weight player.
It's flat at it.
Oh, he's into something. It's all on connections.
Yep.
Yep, that's exactly what he had to do. That takes all the danger away. A jack will go on the respot, and it'll be 1 shot to one of them, but no more than that, I wouldn't think.
Yeah, played a percentage there. Knew he was going to get at least 1 or 2 balls.
One red.
And obviously got it perfect and on the respot. And it's pretty much a game of 1 ball singles. He'll like to be fractionally wider.
I don't know about you, but I find on the rink that on the respot positions,
Green.
you think you've pushed it out much wider than what the ball actually goes out, and I don't know why. I did it a couple of times, and you can afford to go right out to within 6 inches of the sideboards, and it'll be safe enough.
Yeah, and it'll come back as well, especially going down this way. It's decent swing, so favour Ian McClure should get the shot here.
Well, that's certainly a lot wider. It's all down to weight. If he's got half decent weight, he'll draw the shot.
Just enough.
1 to red.
Dwayne McClure.
Well, he's come out of that very well, from 3 shots down to score a single, and really all due to the fact that he played the weight shot and played it very accurately.
Yeah, got himself out of trouble. His 3rd ball there, he was not looking good. If he'd have missed that, he was under the pump, but he got it perfectly. And then once it went out to the side, Ian Gallagher would be disappointed he wasn't quite quite near enough to put Ian McClure under pressure. Well, Ian McClure taking the single makes a big difference. 5-4 there. Gallagher will be fancying his chances, but 6-3 with 2 to play. He's got to score 4 shots.
Track length 24 metres.
He's done it very well whenever he's had a conversion shot or a change or something. The next end, put the first ball really close. Especially the mat up, seems to be very comfortable.
Yeah, not what your opponent wants to see. He needs to score. Ian Gallagher can't afford to drop the shot at this end, so don't want your opponent to put one right on it with his first.
Good reply.
Excellent reply.
1 red.
Can you give them the gaps, please?
The gap is 4 inches short of Jack high. This one is 7 inches past Jack high.
Well, Ian McClure, be aware of the fact he only has to score a single in this hand and they'll be shaking hands. He's played a very good first ball.
Good second as well.
Yep, he'll be happy with that. It's another ball in the head. Ian Gallagher needs to turn the jack. Has to score, well, realistically, a
1
double.
red.
Yeah, 2 gives him a chance. Outside chance if he scores, but realistically we're looking at 2. Just trying to overdraw. I think might just push through this one.
That's the right idea. He knows he has to reach.
Black ball, no shot.
Yeah.
Didn't go flashing at it.
Yeah, and it's
Closest ball.
still
This
giving him a
closest
chance,
bowl,
isn't
the
it?
gap
On the right
between
side.
that is 9 inches. Between Jack and bowl.
I'm surprised to see him McClure change to the backhand here. Even if he splits the 2 green balls, it's not bad. Fairly happy with that one. Makes it a bit more difficult for Ian. He's got to get it perfect now.
Bit of work to do with this one because he has the extra weight on it. Just got the wrong side of the red. Needed to be on the inside of it.
1 red.
It's still a match lie. Ian Gallagher will face with his last delivery. Ian McClure's in a very good position here because that's not an easy shot. But with the position he's got, he could easily play the forehand himself.
Yeah, he's just looking really where he's likely to lose a 2. I mean, it's obviously second shot against the Ian Gallagher could punch the red ball out and stop for 2, but it doesn't look any easy, the angles that are there. McClure's just probably working out if there's anything, you know, if the jack was on a respot or something like that where he's any worse off. He's pretty well spread, to be honest. Just going wide on the other side. Don't want to make the target any bigger, really.
Yeah, so he's decided that the respot, both sides are covered now. And he's leaving the chance for Ian Gallagher to trail the jack for a double or take the bowl out for a double. Neither of those shots are particularly easy.
No, not at all, David. Much weight, just trying to overdraw, touch the jack. Very difficult shot.
He's tried this the last couple of bowls and it hasn't worked out on the high side, and it's just happened again. A beautiful weight to turn the jack, but it's going to be 1 to red. And that's a match over. It goes to Ian McClure.
1 shot for Ian McClure, game and set.
First set 10-8, second set 7-3.
Okay.
He was just the more consistent player.
Yeah, I think so. I think when he needed to, he changed the heads over. He had only a couple of occasions where he had to play balls to turn heads over, and he did. And unfortunately, on Ian Gallagher needed to, especially in the first 4 in the first set. Unfortunately, he didn't manage to do so. So yeah, all in all, probably McClure will be considered probably that was the better player and deserved to go through.
Yeah, so for some reason, I don't know why, we didn't really see the best of Ian Gallagher in that match. And the first set, big 4 cost him that, there's no doubt about it. Played much better in the second set. And really, it was down to the conversion shots, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, those are the ones that he, unfortunately, he didn't quite get them when he needed to, Ian Gallagher. Had a 3 or 4 in the first set that he had chances to, and even cut down heads that were, to keep it tight, but just didn't manage to do so. And Ian McClure just plodded along, kept at his own pace, and managed to get away with a victory.
So it's Ian McClure that will be in the semi-final tomorrow, but we have another match for you tonight, and that's Robert Gordon from Scotland against Les Gillett, the player who at one stage was very highly ranked on the World Bowls Tour. He's back on the qualifying circuit again, and we'll be with you in about 10 minutes with that one.
Two and a half feet.
No, Robert's playing with them. He's playing with them.
Yard.
no. Oh, you wanted a Bacardi and Coke. Right, ladies and gentlemen, for your final match of the day, let's bring on your next two players. Winner of Falkirk Tour Card Qualifier and the winner of Lincoln Scottish Open. In red, it's Robert Flash Gordon. And in green, Les Razor Gillett. They've played the trial ends, ladies and gentlemen. Over to the commentary box and David Corkill.
Oh, thank you, Richard. It's Robert Gordon, who's no stranger to Newton Hall. He's played here a number of times and certainly should know the rink. Whereas Les Gillett, well, it's different for Les. He's really qualified in a couple of events and playing very well, no doubt about that. And I think it's fair to say, Mark,
Jack length 28.5
would
metres.
be just on the edge in terms of being favoured for this match.
Yeah, just with his current form, as much as anything, David. Les qualified at Lincoln in both the Scottish International Open and the International Open, and played really well. So I think he'll be full of confidence, and he'll be looking to try and carry that on there against Robert. But I mean, Robert's no mean player, so it's Les is probably slight favourite, but I expect a really good game.
Yes, well, we're certainly looking forward to it, and Les Gillett's a very good drawer. Left-hander, one of the rare left-handers that play on the tour and around the circuit, so hopefully we're in for a really good match here.
On green.
Robert Gordon has been suffering with a back injury. He picked up a few weeks ago and saying he had to give it some complete rest, which is not good when you're coming into an event like this because you're going to be match rusty. It's going to take a while to sort of play your way into things, and you certainly don't want to be playing Les in the first game.
No, Les was almost only qualified for this a couple of weeks ago as well, so he's probably well on form. And has the added advantage of not playing outdoor balls, so he won't be getting wet.
Big green.
What a sensible man.
yes.
First month of outdoor balls, never very easy,
Yes.
weather or green wise.
Almost just dropped 4
Too
balls
green.
short this first end, and Almost got a chance to get off with a 3. Just play 2 good balls to repeat that. Yeah, great start for Les.
3 shots for Les
What he's
Gillett.
good at, spare shot opportunity. Quick player, let's get it.
Yeah, one of them players, if he gets into his rhythm, he's a hard man to shake off.
Jack length 28 metres.
Excellent opener there from Les. He seems to have hit the ground running in this one. One's from Robert.
One down, lad.
Yes.
My ball.
18 inches past Jack High.
What's interesting about Robert Gordon is he's got his first international trial this year at the age of 54. Didn't make the team, but he was absolutely delighted. It's not easy to sort of make an impact on the game at that sort of age. If you haven't sort of made an impact before that, you're coming in as a known quantity, but certainly not one that's played international level before.
No, it's probably, good on the stats. Obviously, thought he was playing well enough, deserved the trial, and end up giving him a go in the trial. I think he has played the over 50s internationals, and I think maybe, presumably, has played well in those, and on top of the fact that he's been a very good player for a long while, probably got his chance.
The over 50s internationals?
Yes, over 50s internationals.
Oh, goodness me. Is that one that they play?
I think he used to be at Bottlewood Castle. I
Oh,
think.
yeah, that's a fun weekend, isn't it?
Well, I'm led to believe it's serious ball.
I look forward to it.
3 red.
I think it is actually quite serious because I know some of the guys are playing it.
Probably good end here. 4 slides into a runner.
Well, we're not saying what happened in the shot. That's quite important. But the end result is, well, we don't really know, but we'll get there in a moment and sort it out. Either way, Les has hit something.
Well, he's still not 3 down anyway. Whatever's transpired. Jack's on the respawn, I think.
Robert Gordon can't wait to get at it. Anyway, he's ready to go. Certainly looks like the Jack is approaching it. There it is.
Shots
now.
Robert Gordon.
So shot to Robert Gordon.
Yeah, good end there from Robert. He'll be happy with that end. Played 4 good balls and then 4 sleds into the runner. Good hit from Les, though. He'll be happy to reduce the damage to 1. It looked like he was going to drop more than 1 there.
Jack length 31.5 metres.
Robert's gone for the full length jack here.
As I think that over 50s international weekend is made up of players who are predominantly ex-internationals. And I know Ireland made a decision that they wouldn't send current internationals to it.
Yeah, I certainly think perhaps in the early days of it, it's probably not taken as seriously. But I certainly in the latter years, it seems to be that the team seems to be getting stronger and stronger. To be honest, and a lot of some of the people that are going from the international series. I know Brett Morley went pretty much straight from the international series into playing the over 50s. So
Good shot by Robert Gordon. Coming back
Yes.
from a heavy sweep.
3 inches past. 18 inches short.
He's a very good player, Robert Gordon. It's, the only danger is because of the injury, just how fit he is in terms of playing enough matches.
Oh yeah, I mean, you'd think it'd be a really good game. Both very good draw players, as you see from Les. Unfortunate.
1 red. 1 red.
Both happy to get on with it. No messing about. Just straight on the mat.
Yes, I thought Robert would just play away around his own ball. Les doesn't waste time. To be very quick to get him. Ball goes away almost as soon as the other ball is stopped.
Good effort, just rolling through.
So another yard or so on Robert's last ball. He'll make a double, turn the jack, or alternatively, it's on the forehand, just drop in.
Yeah, it's just swing right round his own. All about his weight. The line's good. Just needs to run.
Made things a little bit complicated there by moving onto the backhand with his third delivery, and then back again onto the forehand.
Yeah, one of them when he got up there probably thought there was more. Didn't look as much room from the mat end, but when he got there he had a look at it. So. The inside line, just pushing through it.
There's plenty of percentages, ball onto ball, or jack through. Missed it on the high side.
1 shot to Robert Gordon.
Gave it a chance there, Les. Just pushed it out wide, and Robert will be happy to take it along.
Jack length 31.5 metres.
Good start there from Robert. Two excellent first balls there from both players.
Yes, when I was looking at the draw,
Jack High.
Les's bowl is 3 inches short of Jack High.
I thought this match looked quite appetising, I have to say.
Yeah, you felt that if both players played to the potential, it was you're going to have a lot of packed heads and close balls.
Last ball in relation to Jack, please, Dan.
Last bowl is 15 inches past.
Is that second ball?
No, second bowl was the front bowl.
Okay.
Sticking with his forehand here. Big swing down this side. ball. Says the back one falls from him for another.
2 green.
Yes, that's a really good ball by Les. And another shot and cover at the same time.
After it. Then the inside line on the backhand. Needs to run though.
Certainly not an easy
Stand by
shot to
last
play.
ball in relation to Jack High, please.
Your last bowl, 8 inches past Jack High.
He's probably just trying to sit his last ball. You know, sits his last ball, doesn't want the target any wider. Puts Robert in a heap of trouble. Oh, just fell away.
Yes,
2 green.
Been very positive, Les, I have to say.
Well, Robert's not left himself with a great deal. Put the backhand on his last one, wait, and just pulled it tight. Switching back to the forehand, just trying to draw the shot, I think.
Well, he sees something on the runner, inside line. A little bit of extra weight. We see this ball arriving and see where the head is, and he's going to make a contact. He was looking for a ball on the ball or the edge of the jack, and that wasn't easy.
No, it was difficult to that shot. I suppose he played weight with his last on the backhand, switched to the forehand. You know, got the ball, could have got it up and over onto Les's ball, but it was a fine margins. Les been looking to fairly similar to his last, just fractionally inside and sit rather than falling away. Just needs to run.
He's usually pretty good about those, but I think he's just dropped it a shade.
2 shots to Les Gillett.
There's 2 shots, confirmed by marker Dan Blewett. For many years, Les was in the top 16 and dropped away, but keeps managing to get through in qualifiers. They're playing really good balls, and so a couple of wild cards as
Jack
well.
Lang,
And I know the
29
players
and a
that
half
play
metres.
against him, top 16 players that play against him when he's brought in as a qualifier or as a wild card, are never that happy because
No.
he's dangerous.
No, definitely. I mean, I think Les is one of them players. I don't think he's got a particularly good record in time breaks. I think he's had a lot of close games and just seems to come out on the wrong side of them, to be honest. But he keeps qualifying and giving himself the opportunity. Obviously, qualified in 2 events this year, and obviously if he wins the tour card, getting all 3, you know, he's not a million miles away on the rankings and gives himself a chance to get back in there. Leslie's game. 2 good opening balls there. Always balls in and around the area. Well, good effort from Robert. Very close.
Oh, he's played this
Perfect.
right on the ball.
Half an inch.
And that's what makes him a dangerous player as well. Well, we're starting to look at some very tasty matches here tomorrow in Blackpool. We'll be on the World Bowls Tour. YouTube channel, and Gary Smith, Neil Smith. Well, that's very, very
Your
nice.
ball,
It should
last
be a
ball,
cracking game.
half an inch past.
Yeah, both players, excellent players. Gary, established international. Neil was named as reserve this year. On the back of his performances, very good singles player as well. Neil. I think it'll be a really good game.
Good challenge for you against Billy Jackson.
Yeah, should be a good game. Played Billy quite a few times. Used to amazingly be, even though it's a massive geographical distance, we used to be in the same area for our national competitions. So I've played Billy quite a few times. So quite often decent games as well. So good friends with Billy as well. So it should be a thoroughly enjoyable game.
Les still lying the back toucher, and not particularly easy to add another. Turned away from that, didn't seem happy.
Just pushed out, I think.
Yeah, a wee bit of extra weight on that.
Oh.
Back toucher still against him, so he was obviously trying to get inside to edge the ball off or turn the jack.
Chance here for Robert. Just try and draw another. The other semi-final is involving yourself, David.
Yes, well, let's see if I can manage to drag myself out for that one.
Yeah, against Ben Sherwin.
Played very well today, Ben. Watched that game.
Yeah, he's a very good player, Ben. Former international under-25 teammate of myself. Going back a few years now, mind.
I was going to say. I think the two of you are both well past
One
that.
shot to Robert Gordon.
One to Robert Gordon.
Fairly tight first set, but Robert scored on 3 ends, just got 3 singles. Les has managed to turn it into multiples, which has been the difference in the set so far.
Jack length 31.5 metres.
Bit loose from both players there compared to how they have been playing. Robert can just adjust. Yeah, more pace.
Have I gone down?
Certainly,
2.5
looks
feet.
better.
They won.
Still dropped a little bit.
Yes.
Another chance for Les. Expecting to correct here.
Left-hander on his forehand. It's already a big wide hand, but Les can certainly steer this one around the short balls if he has good weight. Needs to be out. Doesn't push it on the width,
Green.
that's all.
Aye.
A chance for Robert. I think it might be first in on this end. Who can get in there first?
You have to have faith in that hand. You must push it out wide. The bias take effect. Here it comes.
He's good here, Robert. Just fractionally over, but good adjustment.
1 red.
Switch to the backhand. Still watching it. Good effort. Maybe just enough.
1 green.
Just made it. Rover can still play the backhand. I think if he touches his own ball, it'll drop down.
That's what he's trying. Very similar to his last set on his own ball.
Just a little bit, the line was perfect. Well, Les has to be a little bit careful here.
Yeah, I think normally would switch to the forehand because it's his own ball is probably blocking the draw on his backhand. But obviously, like you just said, it depends whether if he sits the ball down, could give it away. Depends on the distance. He's obviously confident enough that just to drift inside it.
It certainly looks a wider line than he played earlier in the end. Here it comes. Just needs to hurry. He's there.
2 shots for Les Gibbs.
And a confident shot to play.
Yeah, he's that kind of player, Les. When he's playing well, he's quite happy to do those shots. And again, he's managed to get a multiple, both 3 ends each, and he's managed to get a 4-shot lead because he's managed to get 2-2-3.
Yes, they shared the scoring of ends in terms of 3 each, but Les is doing exactly what every player
Jack length
hopes to do.
29.5
When you
metres.
lose the end, you only lose a single. When you score heavier than your opponent. Les now 43 years of age. Around for a while. The top level. Just slipped out of the top 16 about 5 years ago. Good ball by Robert. Little touch in the jack as a bonus.
Ball from Robert.
2 red.
And that changes things somewhat because only 4 shots between the two players. If Robert can pick up a
Yes,
couple
1
here,
each.
that'll change things quite dramatically.
Yeah, trailing the jack there has meant Les's 2 balls are now short, and it's been a little bit of bother
This
here.
side.
I'd be tempted to have a little run at it with Les. He's a very attacking player, but he has to be careful.
That's what I'm going for. He's pulled it a fraction.
Now he really is in trouble.
Yep. No danger really for Robert, and just had a third. Well, good, it's in.
3 red.
And what's even better for him is it's in, and it's also in a cover position in terms of his own ball, the shot ball, dropping it in short.
Yeah. I think Les is in a bit of trouble here. I suspect he may have the only option really might be back to the backhand draw. Les's backhand.
It'd be a very accurate shot to play that. His forehand he's got a bowl to rest up on. It's just hard after a drive to get the weight right. That's all. Oh, he pushed it out wide. He's going to lose heavily in this hand. Very unlike Les. He was probably just trying to rest on that second shot.
Yeah, I think that was sort of almost, you know, made him sort of push through it a bit. Perhaps, like you say, thinking of trying to rest on it rather than just trying to draw the shot. Could have easily, like I say, drawn second on that ball.
It should be a full house. Or 4. We were saying about only scoring singles with Robert, and suddenly he's picking up 4 shots, and that changes the complexion of this set completely.
4 shots to Robert Gordon.
4 good ones too.
Yeah, the second ball changed the whole end, turning the jack, put Les under pressure, and once Les had missed his runner, he was in all sorts of bother. Robert did well, made sure he didn't miss out on the 2 extra ones that he had, his third and fourth ball. Got himself right back in the set now, 7 across with 2 ends to play.
Robert Gordon going reasonably short for this.
Jack length 26.5 metres.
26.5 metres.
He had been playing a bit longer when he had the jack, so obviously he's time for the shorter one. Decent starter, fraction short.
I don't know if you noticed, Mark, but I noticed that the jack scoots over the top very quick on this. I played a few ends a bit longer than what I really wanted to. It's probably a lack of practice with the jack, but surprised me.
Yeah, it's like I say, sometimes it's a forgotten art sending the jack. If you don't do it, if you tend to play back end and things, you sometimes don't pick the jack up very often. When you practice, quite easily have jack at each end, so therefore you're not sending it, and when you come to wanting your own jack length, you end up being a yard, 2 yards out of what you want.
Another good ball. It's almost like he's moved up a gear.
Yeah, he didn't look that happy with that one when he let go of it, but he's in a good spot.
Well, Les is watching this one intently. Probably just managed to go through a little bit more than what he expected.
How short are my balls?
The shot bowl is 7 inches short of Jack high. Your shorter bowl is 15 inches.
That's very clear and concise. No need to come up and have a look at it. Oh, this is good. If he hurries, it's very good.
2 feet past.
3 down, yeah.
Close for the third one.
I would favour it's 3.
Okay.
Les might be tempted with this.
And what's the distance to the nearest bowl away from the jack?
Your nearest.
No, Rob's.
Rob's
Quite
nearest.
a wide head.
It's 7 inches short of Jack high.
He's an attacking player, but the last time he attacked, he missed. And that has a potential putting a little bit of doubt into your mind.
Yeah.
But he knows if he gets the jack, it's good. So, controlled weight. This is the hard shot to play.
Certainly hang wide there as well.
A little bit surprised. He played. I thought he might have attacked full because he is a good driver generally, and potential of getting the 3 balls out.
Yeah, I think Robert will have to be careful. It's where he's thinking of putting this one, to be honest. Leslie's last ball stayed on as well. So it's you'd think it obviously passed the jack, but it's just how far really. It's when he wants it.
Just a few problems there. We see this ball coming through. That's the cover ball. To pick up a 4 and then a 3 against Les Gillett at the end of a set would be remarkable. And he's attempting this again, and this is a hard shot after playing the runner. That's how he ended up losing the count the last time.
Just trying a dead draw.
Don't think he's there.
Might have saved.
One shot to Robert Gordon.
Got second shot out of it. That was a good recovery ball by Les Gillett, but thought he might have been tempted. He had the best back ball. Have another runner at it.
Yeah, I think probably his third, where he missed by, for Leslie's standards quite a way. I think it probably tempted him. Didn't fancy going any quicker, so thought, well, no, sticks. He'd been drawing pretty well. Stick to what he was good at, and managed to reduce the count. Kept him in the set. Really, dropping a 3 there would have been, difficult going into the last end, but one behind. Robert Gordon has just picked his game out the last 2 or 3 ends, and got himself right back into and ahead in this set.
Jack length 30.5 metres.
Another good starter. I was saying, it's almost like whenever he trailed that jack with the second ball and then he picked up the 4. So he's moved up a gear or 2 and suddenly they're flying in towards the jack.
Yeah, he's played about 6-7 excellent balls since then. Now always, pretty much where he wanted them. So great effort from Les here, though. Responds. It's been a very good game, this one. Both players playing well.
Roberts played with an adjusted line, extra weight. He's put this down well.
One red.
He's asking a lot of questions here from Les Gillett.
3 brilliant balls there. Shot changed each time. Robert drew right on top of it. Les turning it around, and then Robert drawing it back in again.
2 inches short.
Les might be tempted just to arrive to this. Yeah. Finish well.
As you say, it was an arriving shot, but to set lie against.
Robert switch to the backhand.
Well,
He's reach, I think.
He's got his own ball to push in. If he drops inside, it's a good cover.
Wanted that just past if he missed, really.
I think Les has to go for this now. He just has to be very positive to it. Take the ball, take the jack. He's got the back ball position. If he takes his own out, I'll just play it like a tie-break end.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
He's inside. Oh, what a lucky little push that was, because it's brought him not only right onto the jack, but I would guess he's very, very close to it in the ditch. You see the marks going up. The green marker will show where Les's ball is, and there's the jack right beside it. That absolutely guarantees the shot. So Les is going to get at least a draw out of this set, but he's actually lying.
3 green.
well, 3 shots, but the second shot is the important one. And it's probably only about 3 or 4 feet short of the ditch.
Yeah. Yeah, that was. I mean, Les apologised straight away. It was a very fortunate result. in effect, to get the contact, but then to finish, almost unbeatable in a ditch. Robert's just got to compose himself. You obviously be disappointed with that, but there is room to get second, and that's what he's got to think now. Try and tie the set.
Yes, he wants to get something out of this. He's played really well, in particular in the last 2 or 3 ends, and wants to manage to get something out of it. He can't do anything about a fluke, as you say. Les acknowledged it right away, as the vast majority of the top players will do. Just needs to beat the front one. Oh, he's missed it. He's on the ball. He had the weight. But that's going to be 2 shots to Les Gillett, and that is the set.
You're right, Neil.
2 shots in the first set, so there's Gillett.
Well, that's a harsh way to get it, but that's just the game of bowls. Les Gillett wins the first set, 9-8.
Yeah, I mean,
Not going much. It was getting my own.
both players that we're talking about now, and Les, he'll know he was a bit fortunate to get away with that. Certainly, in the back end of the set, Robert was probably deserved to win the set. Les starting the brighter, but Robert was coming onto his game, and he'll be bitterly disappointed that that's the way the set finished.
It's one of those things. It's sport can be a little bit curly. He wasn't far away, I have to say, but he certainly looked like he was coming onto his own bowl and taking his own out. Just hooked in that last sort of foot or 2 and got the edge, but swings and roundabouts. He's had them against him actually in the last season or 2 in some big matches.
Yeah, I mean, and he's, like you say, he wasn't far away, and I think Robert would have been, disappointed for him
29.5 metres.
Got the lucky result to get a contact, but it was more the fact that once it got the contact, it finished right on top of it in the ditch. That was like a double blow, really. But Robert's got to just get that out of his head and get in these first couple of ends and try and win the second set. Still a second set to win.
Very, very high standard at that length in particular.
No. 1 inch gap.
Players can't see the jog, so Les just asking, was the shot still against him effectively? Or was the shot against him? But gap of 1 inch. You just draw in and hope to get an edge of the ball to turn it down. On his own and drop back. Oh, he didn't get the drop. Very good effort though.
Oh, excellent stuff again from both players. The first set was an excellent set of balls, really.
You're all inch short. Les is 2.5 inches past.
It was a really good set of balls.
Gap.
The second set starting well again.
Have a quick look, Dan.
Yes.
When the balls are this tight, players asking to come up and have a look. Les just getting permission, and Robert's trying his hardest, but
1 red.
very dangerous position for him. I thought he might have been just slightly through the head.
Yeah, ideally would have wanted that probably the same distance just through, but
That would be the exact ball and the perfect ball.
yeah.
Certainly not easy. Yeah, within a foot or so, it's pretty good.
Les are probably playing pretty similar to his last. Just try and tap the front ball. Good effort.
Find the gap.
Robert will be looking past now, even if he's slightly further through than ideal, it gives him a chance.
Just don't know where the head is there. I need to. See that last ball finished in relation to the front ball. Let's trying again, but just over it now. A little tap on his own might make a difference. Pop that down.
One green.
Oh, it has. Got the shot. Very relaxed. Let's get it out there, smiling and carrying on a little bit, which is good to see. He's enjoying his game. I think the pressure's come off Les over the last few years, and expectation, both from himself and others, maybe not just as great as it was when he was flying high.
Yeah, I think probably the first year or two out of the top 16 probably was trying to maybe try too hard to get back in there and putting pressure on himself. And now he's probably, like I say, just enjoying his bowls. Still plays quite a lot and going to the qualifiers, knowing he's capable of getting through to these events because he has done that, and he's playing well on the back of it. Robert's just got the draw, really, not a lot else on. Great effort.
Oh, he got the edge of his own ball first. Wanted to miss his own ball.
One shot to let's get it.
It's one to less, but look at those balls all crowded around the jack.
Yeah, desperately unlucky there, Robert. If he missed the front ball, he's probably sitting on Les, maybe even making a 2. Just got a poor contact there. Not what he needed after the first set. You don't want to feel like it's going against you at the start of the second as well.
Jack length 28 metres.
Start from both players again. So in the first 4 balls, there's not many balls outside a couple of feet. Unless it's probably a bad ball, really, the way they've been playing.
That's Robert Gordon, a great Glasgow Rangers supporter. This is one of his interests on anything to do with Glasgow Rangers. He's interested in football in general, I would say.
Yes.
A yard past.
Les will be out with the family in the caravan. He likes camping, walking, and the dogs as well. Nothing better than sitting down with the 3 kids. A roast dinner, he says.
Oh, nice.
Yes, not cooked by Les, I can assure you.
One red.
Wife Sadie will be sorting that out, I would suggest.
Well, Robert's on a good line here. All about his weight. Looks decent.
Doesn't want the jack though. Yes, just dropping short was better. Keeps the front one in.
2 red.
Excellent ball from Robert.
Oh, he's still playing some good balls, isn't he?
Nice. Both players playing excellent balls. There's another backhand. Just trying to draw. Line's good.
Just didn't make the break early enough.
2 red.
Fractions overplayed, that's all.
A little chance here for Robert Gordon, and we've had some very good matches so far in this event, this tour card event here at Newton Hall, but some excitement as well, and some very good individual performances. But I think as two players playing well in one match, this has probably been the best I've seen.
Yeah, I think I tend to agree with you, David, to be honest. Both players are playing well, and that's making for a good game, really. You know, you're going into this almost expecting Robert to have a third here. That's the way the game's gone, and you're surprised that he hasn't done.
2 shots to Robert Gordon.
I think styles make matches as well sometimes. I think both players, although both players can play the attacking balls, quite confident on the draw, and therefore if you've got sort of a foot, 18 inches of room, they're both expecting to get in there, so you're getting a lot of balls in and around the area.
Yes, the strength is the draw, there's no doubt about that, and for a lot of the top players that's exactly where they sit.
Yeah, I think ultimately you've
Jack Line's
whilst
26
you're going to be able
metres.
to play the running balls to get yourself out of trouble, generally if you're going to be putting 2-3 balls in and around the area, you're going to give yourself chances to play those neat shots to make the bigger count, sort of thing.
Once again, another good lead ball by Robert Gordon.
Response from Les, maybe just snuck in. Start from both players.
5 ball shot.
1 green.
How short are they?
Les's bowl 10 inches short, you're 15 inches short.
Yes, Robert, qualifier for this event, so very important for him to try and win this event. Or at least get to the last 2, that's what we're looking for, 2 tour card winners for all the events for World Bowls Tour. Les is already there in a couple of them, so
Rob's nearest.
he's really looking for the extra
Nearest.
event.
Yeah, it can probably work in one or two ways, really. I mean, he could obviously, he's happy he's there in 2, so he's always got that to fall back on, can relax, but sometimes you relax and play your best balls, and it certainly seems to have done for Les. He's not, he's not taking it lightly and thinking, well, I'm in 2 already. He's all out to get that third one as well.
Yeah, the extra one's very important. Good ball, little touch in the jack, a bonus. It's nice to play in one, it's
2 green.
but to play in them all gives you a very tidy season to look forward to next winter.
5 inches.
Yeah, and especially with Les being, just outside the top 16, if you get to all 3 and you can get a couple of decent runs, you're then putting the pressure on the sort of 14, 15, 16 to try and get yourself back in there. Well, let's just drop this shot. It's a chance for Les.
Rob's nearest now, is it the Jack Eye bowl? The back one?
Yes, on the your right.
Les just doesn't want to widen the target. That's probably why he's sticking to the backhand. Just drift inside the Robert's wing ball, can add another.
No, he's played one. That's a beauty. It's a really good ball to come through there into that position.
Yeah. I think Robert's got to
3 green.
basically use that as his jack, really. There's not a lot else on.
And if he hits it, well, there's nothing at the back. He would have to remove the balls off the rink. Draw shot, not very appetizing, but may not be much choice just the way it's sitting. Les has another ball to come. Doesn't really want to lose a big count.
Just trying to even settle as his last ball, maybe get second. Still on a good line.
Yep. This will swing back. Here it comes. Very quickly.
Just needs to run.
Well, I don't think that's changed anything. Just need another foot or so of weight.
Yeah, mine was perfect. Just didn't quite push through it. Unless possibly still holding 3. The ball to come. Important end, this one. Let's stick with the backhand. Same ball as his last, really. That's what I was looking for. Decent line again.
Well, it's not a given, and it's just run through. I think it's going to be a treble.
3 shots to Les Gillett.
Oh, quite often I'm asked about the balls that players use, and at this level players can arrive with their own balls of the right colour if they happen to have a couple of different sets if they're going to need them. There's a whole range of pool balls available at every event. So World Balls Tour very well stocked in that of the major manufacturers.
Jack length 30.5 metres.
Of the correct colour. Red and green.
Yeah, a lot of the top players have their own set of red and green, or more than one set in certain instances, but still, few do still use the pool balls, and like I say, for the qualifiers, where some of them might have qualified with, black, blue, whatever colour balls they've used, obviously may come to the venue and find that they, quite like a set, and they're happy to play with those.
Well, David Gurley actually would quite often use pool balls depending on the rink, and quite often he would use a set that Les Gillett had been using over the years.
Yeah, I know. I remember speaking to Les and saying that David had used his balls a few times.
To great success, of course. We always let Les know that.
Oh, yes.
Never a missed opportunity.
No.
But I certainly have a new set that I was using back home for the qualifiers and got through, but they were red and I was playing in green, so I just arrived here and opened up a box of exactly the same size and the same model manufacturer and played with those, and no one else seemed to have been playing with them because 2 of them were still in their wrappers. So they were new and it didn't make any difference to me.
1 red.
People get tied up in the balls too much sometimes, they really do.
1 yard past.
Yeah, I think sometimes you can overcomplicate the game.
Les on his forehand. Push this well out. Now, have you got the running to carry it?
That's just enough.
Just made it.
1 green. 10 inches.
Look at the preference of Robert Gordon, Taylor International. And Les Gillett, Green Master.
Yeah, Robert's Taylor International. He could have borrowed mine. That's what mine are. So he would have. I know to borrow a set off anyway if I need one. Great effort here.
Oh, he's played it.
1 red.
Probably still the shot.
Oh, that's same ball as your last with an extra foot. I think this one's just as wide, so he's going to have a little bit of extra weight on it. Here it comes.
They got the ball here, I think. And the Jacks is good.
Oh, that's a really good reply. Nice with it.
One green.
Good stuff, both players. Nothing safe in this match. Yes, a lot of players are attached to manufacturers and play with their balls, or either sponsored by them, or just have a favour for them. Some other players just move around different sets to find one that suits them. Now, Robert, you need to play the same ball as well. It's your third one with just a little bit extra weight. Now it's coming back.
Great
No.
effort.
He's got a chance with this. Oh, just through.
One shot to let's get it.
Give it a chance with just touching the front one. Would have been good. One to Les Gillett. Opens up a very slight lead then at 4 ends. 5-2, and that sounds familiar to the first set. In fact, it was 5-2 at 4 ends in the first set, and it was only an end or two later that the wheels fell off with Les by losing a 4. So.
Jack length 30 metres.
Yeah, I'll be hoping it doesn't follow the same pattern. Although I'll be happy with the end result of the first set, so. Don't think he'll be wanting to lose a 4 again, though. Start again from Robert.
Les is trying to keep this one out, so he must be slightly on the narrow side, and he is. He knew that out of the hand. His weight probably wasn't too bad.
Yeah, you could see him urging it out. Knew he was just under. Chance for Robert. No. It's decent again, just round his own.
He's never too far away with the first 2 deliveries. He's the sort of player that, for me, at international level at number 2, would be really, really effective.
Yeah, and I can only presume that's why the Scotland selectors are looking at him, to be honest, David. I think you're right, he's steady, probably doesn't do him enough justice, to be honest. He's always in and around the area and playing just good balls, you know. Nothing spectacular, but always in and around the area.
And that's what you want at international level.
Definitely.
It makes him a very dangerous player, because if you have a 1 bad end, you could lose a 3 or 4 against him. Certainly whenever I'm looking at international potential, that's the sort of player you're looking at and saying, just give me decent balls around the head. If your lead gets on top of it, great. But if your lead's not in, you want somebody who can draw you close. And Robert Gordon just looks like that sort of player to me.
Yeah, I would agree with you, David.
Well, Les in a bit of bother here.
Let's switch to his backhand last time. He's gone down and had a look, and I thought he might switch back to the forehand. Just trying to sit on the ball, just on the draw. Played this hand pretty well, to be honest, coming this direction.
Well, he's not sure about this because he's carrying a little bit. Yeah. Normally you would see Les coming in and making a difference there. He probably played with the extra weight to punch his own bowls in, but missed it on the line, and he's going to lose 2 or 3.
Yeah, big ball for Robert here. Big chance to get a 3 here. Get himself back level in the set. Yep, he's taking it.
That's what I was saying.
3
One
shots
bad
to Robert
end,
Gordon.
and you lose a count against this man. And it's exactly what's happened again for Les Gillett. Scrappy end. He's lost a treble.
Yeah, definitely feel you're going to get punished if you don't, like say, one or 2 bad ends. You're going to get punished against Robert. Always feel he gives himself a chance in the match, doesn't he? He's always in, you know, giving himself a chance in the set.
Jack length 29 metres.
That's what you want. If you've had a bad end, it's important the next end to start well. Don't want to make it a habit of dropping a couple of big counts on a row.
Well, it's probably his loosest end so far in the match, and Les will be looking to take advantage of it.
Yeah. He's decent again there. 2 good balls.
2 green.
Yeah, finding centre rink was important.
It's a narrow line. He's shaking his head.
It must be because of the line, really. It wasn't actually, it was because of the weight. The line was good. 3 short bowls. He's going to have to play a big recovery one with the last. I expect Les to pop this one in. As Les clicking his fingers, he must think this is just slightly wrong, but certainly looks good from our end. Yeah, that's a beauty. Locking a jack in as well. Now, Robert, what can you do about this? Because you have no back position. Jack has moved forward, which actually, strangely enough, is maybe taking a shot off Les.
Yeah.
Bit unlucky.
Possibly has. It's probably made it a better 2 though.
It gets very hot out there. You can see that with Robert. He's just not. Needs to grip the ball. Doesn't help when you have to wear glasses, and I know the feeling. You know, it's. When I started to have to wear glasses, and it was a real nuisance, I have to say. But it is very warm, and this is an important delivery.
chance on the line.
Oh, the line is lovely.
Weight's not bad either.
Chance in the weight as well. The drops, it could be a shot. It is. That's a brilliant ball. I think Les in some ways has been a little bit unfortunate with his third delivery, because that jack was further away than what I thought.
Yeah, it's an excellent ball from Robert though.
Oh, it's a fantastic recovery ball. In particular, after losing a 3 the previous end, or getting a 3 the previous end, he really wanted to score again, and he's left Les with a difficult shot here.
Yeah, going Hunt on the backhand.
That looks narrow to me. Doesn't want to hit that front plant because the red ball will come in. Didn't have the weight.
Shot to Robert Gordon.
I think that's where the problem was, actually. He didn't have the weight for the shot.
Yeah, I think his line was good. I think he just lacked a little bit of pace. And Robert's done excellent there, getting away with a shot on that end. And then he hadn't played his best end at all, but came up with the goods with his last ball.
Well, you sort of think this is the last game today, the 6th match.
Jack length 31 metres.
And it's got tiebreak written all over it.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised at all. It's been a very close game, and and probably almost deserves to go that way. Really, there's a little bit fortunate back end of the first set in a close set, and this set's been pretty tight all the way through as well. But just dropped a few balls short the last couple of ends and picked that 3 up. The last sort of, apart from his great recovery ball with his last end, he dropped 3 balls short. Want to keep putting himself under that position.
Really good recovery ball. Look at that. Brilliant adjustment. Nice.
Is that just short of the jack there, Dan, or
3 inches short.
Once again, Les is facing a bit of a difficult shot to get at.
Switch to the backhand. Great effort from Les.
1 red.
That's 2 really good balls, but Robert that lies.
Gap is 6 inches.
Well, 6 inches is enough to slip a ball into. Normally say if it's anything between 4 and 6 inches, you can make your way through to it.
Yeah, I thought he's just sticking with the backhand. And drift around the front, probably didn't want to leave anything jack high on the forehand really, and make the target bigger for Les. Just needs to run. Line was good.
Well, 2 short bowls again, but he's lined the shot. And it's not easy for the conversions with this, and Les would just like to trundle up and punch the green ball onto the red. Make a treble.
I think that's what he'll play.
Hard shot to pick out the line though. His backhand, a little bit of extra weight, and it just holds off. You can afford to be positive to it.
Well, he's gone searching for it.
It's all about getting to the front ball.
Fairly close.
Well, a little nudge on the jack of the front one has given him the shot.
1 green.
He was in the area.
Yeah, played it well. Got the ball he was going for. Got a good result again. Just a piece of the jack, but he would, like you say, bang in the area.
Robert's forehand. He can see the ball, so I can afford to reach it. The zone coming in.
Yeah, just a reaching draw, I think, isn't it? Doesn't want to lose his own ball, so just over the pace.
Just looking to promote his own onto the jack. Oh, well, no, I touched it, but I don't think it's
One
the
green.
shot. Still won the green, and surely Les will walk away from this one.
Yeah.
One shot at this stage is very valuable.
Yeah, it is. Suspect he'll.
Yeah, lift the ball and walk up with it.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if he played the forehand. Just draw in.
Well, this really would be an excellent delivery if he gets a double out of this head. The red ball's only about an inch or an inch and a half away from it. Yeah,
One shot to Les Gillies.
that's a real toughie, that one. Les takes a single, all level at 7 ends, 6 all.
Jack length 30 metres.
That's another good starter, side toucher. Then we've had an awful lot of good first balls in this match. It has been high quality.
Yeah, it's been a really good game. Good game to watch. Both players playing some really good stuff. The occasional loose ball, but I mean, you're going to get that, but more often than not, you know, some really good balls and good heads. Good way again from Les. Robert needs to run.
Two green.
Two poor balls
Yes.
there from Robert standards. Not a good time either.
No, but generally his recoveries balls are very good. Third and fourth.
Yeah. I think it's one of them you can't afford to let Les get more than the one, otherwise he's then chasing the, you know, Les scores 2, Robert's chasing a 3 down the last end, which is going to be tricky.
That's why Les is staying pretty wide with this one. He's prepared to say to Robert, well, you try and get the shot if you can, but in the meantime I'll put position in.
Yeah.
It's a clever ball. Robert doesn't have very many loose ends. It's normally very consistent. Expect this to be close. If he has the weight. It'll carry back a long way. Here it comes. Close to second ball.
Balls for second. It's a good start for Robert.
One
That
green.
to reduce the damage.
And Les has to try and draw another one now. As you say, going into the last end, 3 up or 2 up means Robert needs that 3, and 2 is just not enough. That's doable by your opponent. That's going to force Les into trying to draw another shot here and hope that Robert misses with his last one. Oh, he didn't look too happy with this.
No, drops his head.
Maybe he's just over the weight. Yep, missed the chance. The line was absolutely right to turn the jack, and well, Robert's got a chance here. He has a chance on the other side too, on the backhand, touching the green ball, spring the jack across.
Yeah, I mean, I think his one worry will be Leslie's 2 green balls. Playing the shot off either, if he just gets the jack sort of more solid, there's a potential he could get it wrong and go towards the 2 greens. Leslie's last ball, although not where he wanted it, has finished sort of right side in a decent receiving position.
I play this in the backhand because I think it's one of those shots where any touch on the ball on the backhand, the jack will squeeze across and less chance of doing damage. That's all. A big swinging forehand. Well, you can come in too quick. Well, playing down on the forehand to try and get the ball. Certainly playing it on a narrow line with a little bit of weight. It's all about connections here. Depends where the jack goes. I mean, whether he follows through or not. Oh, dear me.
Yep.
But that wasn't the right shot to play, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was always a danger. I mean, it's unfortunate once he's got the jack, but those balls were always a problem.
2 shots to Les get.
Once he's got the jack and the squeeze and his own ball's not gone with it, he's unfortunately dropped the 2.
Yeah. I think if he had played that on the backhand, he would have scored at least 1, and even with that weight. But, well, that's going to make it difficult in the last end. He needs a treble. A 2 will only share the set. That's not enough to win the match, so we're going to go through into a tie break.
Jack length 29.5 metres.
It's one of those strange situations, actually, where he played a very good ball, a very difficult shot to play. It just went wrong in the end.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably been the difference, to be honest. Just fractions here and there. A couple of times Robert's played decent balls and not got the best result, and a couple of times Les has been slightly off and got the best result. And in a game where it's been as tight as it has, that's been the difference.
And then he puts a back toucher in.
That's not what you want to see from your opponent when you need 3. We don't want to see it any time, but especially when you need 3.
I want to say at any time is not good, but on this particular end, it's really not good for Robert Gordon. Well, it's quite a handy ball there. Squeeze the jack across to it. Les has to be careful because he won't want to disturb anything. He won't want to set up a target. But at the same time, 1 ball on the head's never enough.
Yeah, it's being defensive without getting too defensive almost. Doesn't want to just like say leave the 1 ball in there, but equally it's a good 1 as it's sat sort of thing.
A little bit short for what he wanted. Wanted to be up to the red ball. Robert will be attacking into the jack, an arriving shot, trying to disturb the ball or the jack across to make a double. Oh, he's very close. Well, I think that's really saying to Les,
1 green.
get some cover in quick.
Yeah, I mean that ball's probably Leslie's jack really. If he splits the 2 red balls, it then makes it more difficult for Robert to get a 3.
As as we say back home, the bag of reserves are starting to go a little bit here. That's where the nerves kick in.
Yeah.
Very experienced lads.
My front bowl beats Rob's last bowl.
Front bowl
Doing
beats
the right
the
thing.
furthest
Just taking
bowl,
his time, asking a couple of questions, just making sure he knows exactly what his intention is with this ball.
He's not a nervous player. He's usually pretty steady when it comes to tight situations. Well, that was the ball he was after, but a little bit adventurous with the weight.
Yeah, still a chance for Robert. Very close with his last. His weight's probably good. Just a fraction wide to squeeze the jack. Even if he got the ball, half the ball, may give himself a chance with his last.
Yes, this is the important one. This is the one where you want to do the damage. Certainly looks like he's given it a chance. Just on the high side. Well, Les, another opportunity for cover. Take a little bit off and try and get to those red balls.
Yeah, it doesn't look a natural path for the jack necessarily for the jack to get there, but if Robert can sort of squeeze it and sort of force the angle through, I mean that's the only place, anywhere where Les's feet are now. That's the only place realistically he's going to drop a 3. Potentially as well if the re-spot may be on that side, so if Les can cover both with one ball, so just drop a couple of feet off his last, yard off his last.
Certainly wider. It's his backhand, so it should hold up just a little bit. Well, it's not bad. Yep, that's splits the 2 reds.
Yeah, probably would have liked it, a foot 18 inches further, but it's past the first one, which was the main objective, really.
Foot more would have been perfect.
Yeah, Robert's ball's now got to go with it in effect.
Well, it's possible. Good crunch on the jack. The power goes through the jack, effectively stuns onto the back ball. The back ball goes, and you run through with the jack. Seen it before.
That's probably all he's got as well. I don't think there's anything else on.
Well, he's still looking at it. But it's just under.
Shot, second set of the match to Les Gillett.
It's going to be one shot to Les Gillett, and I have to say that was a high quality match. We couldn't have asked for much better than that.
No, excellent stuff. And Les in the end, has got a two sets to a 0 victory, but could have easily gone into a tie break the way the game was going. And I think both players played really well, and I think Les, without having massive amounts of fortune, just probably had the run in the game really the way it went. Robert a bit unfortunate, and Les had a little bit of good fortune, especially at the back end of the first set.
Yes, the first set was absolutely crucial. He won that 9-8 with a little bit of fortune when he came off a ball onto the jack into the ditch, held on to it. Whereas when it came into the second set, there was very, very little in this match, and it was a high-quality game. One of those games that we sort of like to have at the end of a long day, 6 matches. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed it here on YouTube. And tomorrow, we have some fantastic games for you. Start off at 9:30, where we have the 2 Smiths playing against each other, Neil and Gary, and we look forward to you joining us then.